At around 9,000 feet in altitude, high in the mountains of the South American Andes lies a city tucked between looming volcanoes and hidden beneath clouds. Today, the city of Quito is home to over 2 million souls and ever growing. Quito, named after the Quitus indigenous people, has for centuries served as an important outpost of operations for whichever regime was in power at the time. After the Quitus, it was the Incas, and it was during this pre-Columbian dynasty they would train its messengers to run long relay distances, to deliver important word throughout the kingdom. The runners were called chasquis, and their success, while dependent upon that discipline and stamina, lie essentially in the systematic orchestration present in this empire. It would challenge each chasqui to run their potential of 6 to 9 miles nonstop, and before arriving to the next station, blow their concha shell pututu to warn the next runner to get ready and keep the handover time to a bare minimum. In impressive time, the supplies and messages could travel from Quito to Cusco, about 1,250 miles in 1 week. Operation Ecuador, using Quito as its own headquarters, believes that its gospel message surpasses that even carried by the chasquis. Operation Ecuador does not belong to the kingdom norms of this world. It is not a corporation, but rather a cooperation of missions working together for God's glory in Ecuador, South America. The Quito School of Biblical Studies lies at the center of Operation Ecuador's plans as it trains its own chasquis, its own men and women, to be disciplined in holy living, learn the sacred scriptures, and know best how to hand forward God's good news for others to take down the line. In 2023, the Qsobs celebrated its 25th graduating class, and from this number, 2 new church planting teams are now making their way. Barenitas, Venezuela, began in June 2023, partnered by the Hillsboro Church of Christ in Nashville. The second team, Iquitos, Peru team, is made up of 4 families praying and looking for sponsorship. Join us and pray to the Lord of the harvest that He provides for these teams, and that all this year's graduates take their place in relaying God's gospel forward. A few of this number have been selected to stay on another year, interning and offering their skills and service within the Qsobs office, the university ministry, as well as a KEB Online, which is a Qsobs's video production and courses online. In launching 3 pilot programs this year, the school has realized there is desire by the servants in the field for this type of leadership preparation. While keeping them within their ministry context, the Qsobs will more than double the student body in the next academic year. To take advantage of current technology means we now reach places like Cusco, La Paz, Santiago, and many others scattered throughout the Americas in real time. Modern-day chasquis. Chasqui word bearers are being formed within the school's ministerial leadership program as well. Every 3 months, at 2 different sites, the Qsobs sends its professors to train the local leaders gathered from the region. Esmeralda's brethren now gather 25 to 30 per weekend, and 8 to 10 Afro and Chachi brethren come down the river Cayapas to join these classes. Our international satellite for this 3-year segment is in Cochabamba, Bolivia, where leader servants gather from all over the country. Yes, we call this Operation Ecuador, but this title describes only the point of origin through which God has been so kind to work. Operation Ecuador's influence reaches beyond this country to the many nations throughout Latin America. Like what John said at the end of his gospel, if we were to record all that Jesus did, if we were to record all that Jesus is doing throughout Operation Ecuador, Camp Bellevue, the medical missions, the university ministry, the vocational program at Qsobs, those lives loved and lives touched we would need much more time and space. Suffice to say, we end with the words of Isaiah and words borrowed from John to leave his apocalypse in a note of suspension. The word of God is springing up. Do you not perceive it? Behold, he is doing new things through his people, through his church, through those committed to carrying his word forth.